What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva, Happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well on this beautiful Friday. It's Friday afternoon here in the UK. Wherever you are in the world, doesn't matter. If you're watching this, thank you. Listen, I'm loving life this week. I think I love life every time I do a video, but you know why? It's because I'm going to talk about the topic because I'm grateful. Gratitude is the topic today, people. Gratitude. I have bundles of it and I'm going to give you some. And I hope you enjoy it. Listen, thanks for always being on this journey and, you know, watching the videos. For the people that watch them regularly, for the people that have been commenting, something that popped into my head just now, and I have to share gratitude and to say thank you for this. A friend of mine shared this video with a friend of his, and her little boy has been struggling a little bit. I believe it was anxiety, and following her, you know, because she watched the video, she then showed her little boy the video as well, and he's now getting some help around this stuff. And you know what? That is gratitude, you know, and that is what touches my heart, because you know what? We do these videos for that exact reason. We are here to help change the world one person at a time. And if by doing these videos can help to change somebody's life, then thank you. Thank you so much for every single person that watches the videos, and for every single person that leaves a little comment, for every single person that likes and shares these videos. The more people that we reach, the more people we can help. And that's what this is all about. It's purely for us to help you through our own experiences. It's as simple as that. And the more we learn, the more we give you. So gratitude today. Happy Friday. I will say it again. It's amazing to be here. What is gratitude? Gratitude is simply the quality of being thankful. And it's also the readiness to show appreciation. Thankful and appreciative, or appreciation. Either way, you can look at the word whatever way. There's many ways of saying it, but you know what? To be thankful is such a great thing. I am so thankful for this business. I am so thankful for what we are able to do, able to help people, not just through the videos. We do things in the background as well. The 30-day challenge, you know, these guys are finished and they're putting themselves through another challenge which we're going to help them through. We're going to do a workshop with them very, very soon, so stay tuned. And it's incredible, you know, the gratitude that, you know, what has come out from this 30-day challenge, which you guys will see soon, is absolutely incredible. The change, what's happened to them, how they've come together, and the pain and everything that's happened. It's just unbelievable. It was beyond what I expected. I really did not expect this at all. And I am so grateful and so thankful for every single person that has taken, you know, part in this challenge. I love you guys. I mean, we speak to you guys on a daily basis, so you know, but you know, I want to keep saying it because it's so important, you know, and you guys are part of our journey, you know, and hopefully this journey will then also ripple effect into helping other people, and that's what we're really thankful and grateful for. As you can tell, Lucy's not here again, boo. But you know what I'm very grateful for is that in about 2 weeks' time, she is going to be here full time. So I'm very, very grateful for that, and I cannot wait. Appreciation. I appreciate so many things in my life. You know, a lot of things that I didn't, you know, people, friends, family, you know, partners, you know, my kids, work, having money, having this place, you know, having a car, just, you know, things that we take for granted, you know. And I think that's what gratitude is all about, you know, is really being thankful and really being able to appreciate everything. And when I say everything, I mean every single thing. So, and the reason why is because there are so many benefits to it. There really, really are. And I didn't know that. I really didn't. You know, the way I was living my life is I was the complete opposite. I had no gratitude, you know, I wasn't thankful or I wasn't appreciative to anything. You know, I took advantage of people, I took advantage of things, you know. If I could manipulate something, I would try to do it, you know, and for my own personal selfish gains. And do you know what? today life is so different, and that's what I'm mostly grateful for, is that I've never been, I was never really that person. I was just really suffering inside, and I was in just a really, really bad place. But one of the reasons I'm so grateful is because there was a woman in my life who taught me gratitude from a very young age, and that was my grandmother. And she's no longer here, but I miss her every single day, because she was an incredible human being. She was an incredible woman. She was a selfless woman, and she helped so many people. I grew up in a very poor family in Brazil. She raised 13 kids as well as me. I grew up in her house, and she was a mother to me. Simple as that. My mum was out working and doing what she could, as a single mother, and my grandmother was there, looking after me, looking after my uncles, looking after my aunties, and the house was constantly full. And the most amazing thing is she was always happy. She was always grateful, and she was always looking after us. But what she taught us is to be thankful, to be thankful for the food that we have, to be thankful for, the clothes we've got on, and we didn't have a lot back then. It was a real struggle, even though I was young and I didn't really understand, the value of money and being at work and things like that. But she taught me about those things. She taught me about the struggles that my family had to go through, because these things are so key to understand. That sometimes just because we're born into a privileged lifestyle, we generally tend to forget how grateful we are. And I am very, very thankful to have gone through these, through these journeys in my life. And I went through a lot of journeys where, I've struggled, I suffered, and things happen in life. And I am so grateful for them, for every single pain, every single thing that I went through, even if I caused them, and as I always say, I apologize for these things, because it's not in my nature to be that kind of person, but I was, and I have been, and I'm not going to ever make an excuse for it. But what I am is very grateful that today I'm not, and that is, it's invaluable. For me, I love where I am today. I love the people I have in my life, having this beautiful woman who's not here today, Lucy, who's my partner in crime, and she's my business partner, and we're growing this business, and we've got so much cool stuff that's going to be coming from this, and this journey is just going to get bigger and better every single time. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful, and and I appreciate every single person who sits here and watches these videos. And I have to show some gratitude. There was a friend of mine who shared with me, and he said, listen, thank you so much for doing your videos, because you managed to help someone change their lives. And I went, wow, really? And he basically shared one of our videos with one of his friends, and she's a mother. Her little boy has been struggling, quite a lot with anxiety and other things as well. And she watched one of our videos, and it really, really helped her to understand, the thought process, the feelings. And she then shared it with her little boy. The little boy then watched the video, and he's now getting some help. And apparently, he's doing well. Now that is priceless. Money cannot buy these things. To be able to change somebody's life, to be able to help somebody. This is not the first time it's happened. Some of our other videos has helped other people as well. That is just incredible. That is the most incredible feeling in the world, to be able to just sit here for a few minutes talking to you about our personal experiences, my personal experience, and just share this knowledge with you guys. And if it's able to trigger something in you that changes your life in a positive way, then we're hitting our mission statement, which always is and always will be helping to change the world one person at a time. That is always going to be our mission. And so thank you to every single one of you that watch these videos. So let's get cracking. What are the benefits to gratitude? There is loads. So I'll get cracking. So from an emotional perspective, I think, just feeling good, feeling good inside, and one of the other things as well is just feeling relaxed. Everybody understands what it feels like when you're feeling good. You just want to tell everyone about it. You're constantly smiling and you're constantly happy. And it's incredible. But it's also that feeling of just being relaxed. You're just enjoying life. And, you know what, life does throw, you know, its challenges at us, and it always will. Because of the chaos that we live in, you know, the world that we're in at the moment is full of chaos, you know, and it is full of challenges. So, you know, by having gratitude and starting to understand a little bit more about life allows us to start to feel good. You know, it does help us to feel a little bit more relaxed, you know, but also it builds a little bit more resilience, you know, which sometimes we need. You know, we need resilience in life. And one of the things that I really, really liked is I was kind of just noting, you know, just making a few notes. It was about also feeling less envious, jealousy. You know, when you're grateful for your life, for what you have in your life, you start to not care about anybody else. You don't need to worry about what somebody else has that you don't have, because it doesn't matter. Materialistic things does not define happiness. You know, it's not going to define who you are. You know, it may do temporarily, but once you've got these things and you understand that I'm still in the same place and I still feel the same, you realize that these things, you know, actually mean nothing. Yeah, they're great additional things to life sometimes, but gratitude is a really important one, because again, it sort of brings down this feeling of jealousy and envy. So on a personal level, being less materialistic, which I touched on, you know, it really helps us to not care about these things so much anymore. And look, you know, when you have gratitude for life, it means you're having gratitude for you. And, you know, as we're now talking about, you know, on a personal level, when you start to self-love and self-care, you know, you're less self-centered. You know, you're less, you know, into your self-pity. Oh, poor me, poor me. Once you start to appreciate what you have, and listen, and we've all been there. I'm only saying it again. I'm making notes of things that I felt. So, you know, I'm not turning around and trying to say to you, oh, you should be this way. I was there myself, you know. So everything that's been listed on here that I'm talking to you about, been there, done that. And not to be the expert in it either. Again, it's just my personal experience, you know, and things that I've learned throughout this process, and hopefully you can take something from that as well. But what it also does, so where, you know, we're less self-centered, what it also does, it increases our self-esteem, you know, which is really, really positive. And I think with a lot of us at the moment, we tend to put our emotional needs and our confidence and everything else in other people, you know, and our emotional well-being, you know, how we should look and how we should feel. You know, we follow what's on TV, we follow what's on social media, and we tend to think that if we don't meet these expectations, then we're less than. And it's rubbish. It's complete, you know, yeah, it's just complete rubbish, and it's completely untrue. And if you start to look at yourself, then, you know, you start to understand that, you know what, you are beautiful just the way you are. It's as simple as that, you know. I think we were made the way we are for a reason, you know, and there is a reason why we are who we are, you know, and we are individuals for a reason. You know, yes, we all breathe, we have eyes, we have mouths, and, you know, we have these beautiful little limbs, but we all have individual personalities. Some are tall, some are short, you know, and you know, these are the most incredible things that have been given to us, you know, these characteristics that makes us just perfect little individuals, you know, perfectly imperfect. I don't like to use the word perfect, but we are perfectly imperfect, because it means that we can continuously keep growing, and that's so beautiful as well. It's incredible. So yeah, raise your self-esteem, you know. Optimism, you know, I'm always very positive and I'm always very optimistic. Everything is going to be okay, and you know what, it pretty much most of the time it always is, because why shouldn't it be? Whatever life has in store for you, it's gonna happen regardless, you know. So just let go, stop fighting, and just enjoy life, because once you get into the groove of life and you start kind of following down that little path, do you know what, life becomes a hell of a lot easier, and appreciating what you have and having gratitude for that means that you can just enjoy the moment, you know. It means that you can stop worrying about the past and trying to predict the future, you know. And once you start to appreciate and love life and then have that gratitude for life, these things then start to change. Get optimistic and spiritual. I'm not a religious person, not by, not for sort of any reason. I think all religions are incredible, I think. But the thing is, for me, because where it's all started was from spirituality, and I am a spiritual person. I meditate every single morning. I mentioned this before. For me, my personal goal is to grow spiritually, mentally, and physically. And I will keep and continuously doing this every single day. And it's important. Having gratitude really allows you to do that. It's almost like a dessert for the soul. It's really, really nice. And when you have it, kind of makes you go, oh, I love that. It's so good. It's so tasty. So from a social perspective, allows us to be more social. How incredible is it when you walk into a meeting and you're meeting your friends or your family or kids, partner, whatever it might be, and you're just on top of the world. People can see you smiling from miles away. People generally can do that with me. This big, massive, cheesy grin just walking down the street. And this is it. It really helps us to be a little bit more outgoing, and it improves relationships. With friends, family, work. It really, really does. And do you know what? Being grateful for the people that we have in our lives, the positive people. The negative ones, obviously you can't be very grateful for those, but you have got a choice where you can just get rid of people like that and start surrounding yourself by people who make you happy. Then you start to find that gratitude. You start to be thankful, and you start to appreciate the incredible things you have in your life. And if you're sitting here watching it and you're not grateful at all, start having a look at some of the things, that can make you grateful. Get a pen and paper and start making some lists. One of the things I always say, and I say this to clients, I say it to people when I speak to them, don't ever make a pros and cons list. Make a pros list. Because if you do a pros and cons, you're always going to focus on the cons. So make a pros list. Make a pros list of every single thing that you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? By making a pros list, there is the first thing. You're being pro. So well done, you. And make a list. See where it takes you. Which I guess brings me to attracting like-minded people. It's so important. Somebody said something really important to me when I came into recovery, and I share this all the time. And I think in life in general, which is really weird, because I've always wanted to surround myself by these kind of people. We surround yourself with winners. Always surround yourself with winners. And I always have. In work, I wanted to surround, myself with, the directors and, people who are successful, not from an egotistic perspective, but because I'm ambitious. I want to do well. I want to succeed. And for me, I have this real hunger and passion for learning. So by surrounding myself with people who are winners, by people who are positive, by people who can bring something to the table, it allows me to keep growing. So surround yourself with like-minded people. Enjoy the moments, enjoy these incredible moments that life gives us. Life is so beautiful. To be here, breathing, talking to you, to go out into the world. I'm going to go and pick up my daughter today. I cannot wait. You don't understand. It just excites me to be with her. My son's in America at the moment, so I can't see him as often, but I speak to him as often as I can. And, and I miss him all the time. I really, really miss him. But do you know what? The fact that he's in America living his life and just going out there and exploring, that makes me grateful. That makes me so happy, because he needs to do that. She will do that one day. And you know what? I will never, ever put a leash on him and say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. If it's your goal, go and achieve it. I say it to them all the time. Just fucking do it. Excuse my language. But, go and do it. What have you got to lose? I'm always going to be here. Dad's always around. Come and talk to me about it. I'll give you some advice, and that's how life should be. We should always look to influence ourselves as well as other people, because that's what life's all about, building those beautiful memories and those incredible moments, to understand. Imagine to look at someone, we were talking about being less envious, to look at someone that we love or someone that we really care for, to watch them do well. I think it's a beautiful thing. And that's not just friends and family. These are people that we work with. One of the things that I've picked up when I used to, when I worked for companies is people are always so jealous. Everybody wants to stab each other in the back, you know, and that's how you succeed in business. You know, people want to, it doesn't always happen. I'll make that very clear. It doesn't always happen, and not everybody is like that, but there is a high element of people who are, and people do behave in that way. And if that's how you want to live your life, good luck to you. You know, I'm not here to judge. So create those beautiful memories, you know, and listen, health is a really important one as well. How does gratitude improve health? Well, if you're bloody grateful for how you look and how you feel, then yeah, of course it's going to keep improving. I'm very grateful for how I look today and, you know, and how I feel, because I sleep better. You know, I sleep like a log. I love sleeping. I was laughing with Lucy yesterday because she laughed at me how I get into bed. And how I get into bed is I jump in bed. I jump in my bed very comfortably because my bed is incredibly comfortable. So that is one of the other reasons why I have a really good night's sleep. But I don't kind of sit in bed and then lie down. I kind of do a little side jump straight into bed. And why not? It's, you know, it's our bed. I love my bed. It's my side of the bed, so I jump if I want to. And I love it. It's brilliant. But we laugh about these things. Increased energy. You know, just being healthy gives you this pump, and as you can tell, I've been talking for a little while now, and you know, I'm full of energy, I'm full of beans all the time, because this is what life's all about. You know, life is about living, it's about having positive energy running through me, you know, and it runs through me, you know, all day, every day. And you know, someone said to me the other day, it's like, how can you always be happy? You know, well, I made a choice. Before, you know, when I was kind of surrounding myself with negative people and, you know, people that, you know, weren't really contributing too much to my life, but they were taking a hell of a lot away, I just decided to make a choice, you know, and I was abusing myself as well. I was abusing my body. I was, you know, I hated how I was, how I looked. I didn't exercise. You know, I wasn't sleeping because I was constantly drinking or using, and, you know, and it wasn't great. So I made a decision, you know, and I made a decision to completely change my life, you know, to move from negative to positive and to be in that love area all the time, you know, and to constantly be happy and constantly be grateful. Why not? Who's going to tell me that I can't do it? Try telling me, you know, try telling me, you know, and I'll just keep doing it, you know. And the thing is, excuse me, no one can stop you. No one can stop you from being who you are, and no one's going to stop me from being me. You know, I'm not harming anybody. I'm just being happy. I'm just smiling. And if you like it, great. Come and take some. You know, I'll teach you how to have some, which is exactly what we're doing. So, listen, life's all about living. Keep living it. Keep enjoying it. Exercise more. You know, exercise is a huge thing now, and especially with, you know, with how society is, you know, with regards to you know, to obesity, and, you know, and we had a conversation about sugar before, you know, the sugar video that I did, and it's criminal now how, you know, these corporations are making so much money of, you know, by basically killing people, you know. And I think if we can kind of step up our game by being able to get more sleep, you know, increasing our energy levels, exercising more, looking after our bodies, you know, we've got to carry ourselves around in this body for a long time, you know, so make the most of it, carry it well, look after this beautiful stuff, you know, and the more you do, the better it is. And the thing is, as you start to look after yourself, you get sick less as well, you know. So and I guess moving on, you know, we were talking just briefly, I touched on career. Gratitude really helps with your career as well. You know, if you're a professional or whatever it is that you do, you know, if you have a job, then gratitude really helps you to time manage better. And I think that's really important. You know, I think a lot of people, especially nowadays, you know, some companies, I worked for a couple of companies where you had to be in the office, you know, 12 hours a day. But, you know, we weren't working 12 hours a day, but we were just meant to be in a company to show other people that we were, just to show that we're actually working hard. And that is not my attitude at all. You know, I will work my nuts off, and, you know, when I'm done, you know. And if it means I have to work 12, 14, 16 hours, then that's great, I'll do it. But if it means that I have a day where I can work 4 hours and still do the same stuff, I'm still going to do the same stuff. You know, I'm doing this stuff, and there are days where, you know, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I go to the gym and I don't finish, I'm still checking emails at 10 o'clock at night, or I'm doing a video, whatever, it doesn't matter for me, and there are days where I can, spend a little bit more time doing personal things. So time management is really, really important, and allows you to kind of network with people, as you start to build in some of the things that we touched on, building your self-esteem, building your confidence. Gratitude really helps with that, and helps you to network more efficiently with people, get to know more people. It helps, with your career. I think it's something that's really, really important. Networking and getting to know people is key, really, really key. You're more enthusiastic. I know going into work on a Monday morning, most of you, and I used to see them on the trains, most of you are really not enthusiastic at all. But you know what? I was the mug that would stand there with a big smile on his face, and because I was happy. I'm happy about my life. I love my life. I have nothing to complain about. Going to work on a Monday morning will be exactly the same as going to work on a Tuesday morning or a Friday. It makes no difference to me. I stopped worrying about this Monday morning blues. It's bollocks. It's just an excuse for your head to tell you, something negative. As soon as you bite into that, then you're going to carry that throughout the whole week. And then what you do is instead of having gratitude, you use these things to kind of carry you through, on a daily basis. Start your day on a happy note, and I'll guarantee you it will end on a happy note. And if you keep working through this stuff, then it will always benefit you. Again, you have the choice. Make the choice. So you get to reach your goals. The enthusiasm, being able to network with other people. You start to want to reach your goals. Your enthusiasm, I've lost the word, but you start to increase your activity at work, and your potential, which is one of the things we touched on, your potential for greatness, your potential to achieve more, your ambition, which is the word I've been looking for. You become a hell of a lot more ambitious. Healthy competition at work is good. I think it's always good. But one of the things I will always say to people is stay honest and stay true. As long as your side of the street is nice and clean, don't worry about what anybody else is doing. As I said, there is always going to be people who don't have gratitude, who are not thankful and have no appreciation. They will step over you. And, that's just life. And one of the things I've learned to realize is, what? I'm grateful for who I am, and I love who I am today because I try to be, as honest as I can, and I try to live a good life, and I try to help people where I can. And you know what? If people take advantage of that, then hey, good for you. It is what it is. So you also become less stressed. I know saying that when we're talking about work and career, but you generally do. You learn how to manage things a lot better. Having gratitude is kind of, things just wash over you. And one of the things I've realized as well, with work is I used to get stressed over nothing. And people at work used to get stressed over nothing. And we used to all rush and get really, really stressed. And then in the end, someone would just change their mind. And then we'll get stressed about that. And I used to think, God, that's really pointless. So if the person changed their mind, we did all the work, we're going to go, okay, well, let's just move on. Cut and dry. It's as simple as that. Once you put an end to something, then that is it. It ends there. And then you start again fresh. And the mind works that way. As soon as you put a full stop into something, you say, cool, we're done. All right. And then you move on. You start a new chapter. The brain is an incredible thing. Start to train it, and believe me, you start to really see a difference. And watch some of our other videos. There is a little bit of a trend going on in some of the things that we do. Listen, better quality of work, higher productivity. We talked about being less stressed and being happy. I think, look, we spend so much time at work, and some of us spend hours, and sometimes these can be really long hours, and it's actually longer than where we spend at home. So if we're going to spend time at work, make it worth your while. Make it work for you, And yeah, you're there to deliver and you're there to do your job, but you don't own your soul and your life and your body to the people you work for. If you're not happy in your job, get out. Go find something else. No one's keeping you there. The only person that keeps you there is you. And everyone makes all of these excuses like, oh, circumstances, blah, blah, blah. It's all bollocks. And these are just excuses for not wanting to do what you really want. Go and chase your dreams. Go and find your life. Go and do things that make you happy. Life is too short, people. You know, people live between 60 to 80, hopefully a little bit more. As we start to kind of get a little bit healthier. But you know what? 60 to 80 years, it really isn't a long time. It really, really isn't in the grand scheme of things. And hopefully we'll grow to see a lot more of life, and there are some really fortunate people that get to live to about 100. And I've met someone who was over, and she was an incredible human being and so grateful. And I don't know what's that got to do with work, but you know what? If you're going to spend all your time at work, make sure you're doing something you love. I guess that's what I was trying to say. Well, look, gratitude equals happiness. It's as simple as that, and I could have said that in about 3 minutes, but I wanted to go through these things with you because it is important. These things are important, and I think it's really, really important for us to learn, where we can just stop being so stressed all the time and being so ungrateful and being so miserable. So here's a task, when you're feeling a little bit ungrateful, get your phone out, and start writing some things that you're grateful for. And send it to a friend, send it to a loved one, or just post it on Facebook, post it on social media. We post every other crap on there, so why don't you post something positive? Start posting what you're grateful for. There is an incredible task. Or even better, post it below. Let's start creating a real list of things that we're grateful for. You can write 5 to 10 things. If you can write more, incredible. Put even more down there. Let me know what you're grateful for, people, because life is worth living. You are worth living for. So have an incredible day. Have an incredible afternoon, whether it's evening, it's Friday. I'm going to say it again. Have an incredible Friday and have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. I love you guys. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. This is real gratitude, for you, for every single person that, that watches this and share it, so please keep commenting, keep sharing, keep liking the videos, let's spread this word, let's get through to as many people as possible. If this has helped you, let us know. If you don't want to post it on there, go onto our website, as you know, www.happyaslarrygroup.com, and you can email us on there confidentially, and we will be more than happy to to have a chat with you. So follow us on our social media: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. We are on everything at Happy as Larry Group. You can follow us on our comments page. All of our social media details are on there as well. So have an incredible afternoon, incredible day. Just have an incredible Friday. And if it's the weekend already, enjoy the weekend, people. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.